What's up, Upland? This is Zarina, and I'm bringing all you new players a video that I hope is very helpful. If you're just jumping into Upland today or this week, I'm hoping to get you set on your way without a bunch of reading and without making a bunch of mistakes. So stay tuned and follow along. First off, what a lot of people don't tell new players, and like I think I don't know why, maybe they don't want you to know. But a lot of people do not tell new players about upxland.me right away. In fact, when I see new players ask for help in Discord, in the official Upland Discord channel, a lot of times they refer to Upland Guide, which is a great guide. Upland Guide's guide, I think it's Y2012. I don't want to get his handle wrong, but Upland Guide, you can find him on YouTube. It's a great guide, and it's where I got a lot of my learning from. But I did not find about upxland.me from that guide. And to me, upxland.me is a necessity. It's a necessity for you not to make mistakes or buy things at the wrong place or write wrong prices or price your things at the wrong price. All sorts of things can go wrong. Upland Optimizer is not up to date. It's not the place for you to go to. You can waste a lot of time. So I'll start you off with just knowing up, like UPX, the letter, land, LAND, .me is the site to learn and go to every day when you're playing this game. So I also post the floor on YouTube, so if you're watching my channel, subscribe please, hit the like please, it helps out a lot. Even if you don't like my video, just be nice and do me a charity and a solid and hit that subscribe and like. So what I'm saying is, I track the floor so you can follow that, but when you are new, you want to find out, hey, what should I buy? What am I looking at, how can I sell my properties and how much should I sell them for? And some people will tell you, oh, it's like, it's going to depend on your strategy. But I think the bottom line is most people who are getting into this game got into it because they wanted to earn money out of it. So maybe you're playing just for fun, and that's totally fine. But if you're actually aiming with the goal to make money playing Upland, then I do think there are some things you should learn as a new player that other people may not tell you just right out of the gate. Like, for example, upxland.me, okay? So learn about using that site, and then learn about where to go to and how to be patient and when to sell and when not to sell by following the trends. So I look at Discord a lot, and I think that's like a place that you have to go just to see what everyone's doing and what they're thinking and what they're speculating on, because you get a lot of tips. But if you don't have time for that, at least try to watch YouTube and at least follow the floor prices. And I post those every day on my YouTube channel, so you can take a quick screenshot. You don't even have to watch the video. Screenshot it and just look at it and know what's going on. So here's what I'm going to do, and just dive in and show you. If you're starting right now, Detroit is the place to go, because that's the cheapest properties for people who are FSA players. FSA means you're under 100K in assets. The game does allow you to just buy right into 100K. Don't do that, because you'll lose, unless it's during Spark Week, okay? But even if so, you'll lose your ability to actually maximize your potential earnings as a new player by purchasing FSA properties. FSA properties are the cheapest you can get, and we're going to walk into the game really quick and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But the idea is, purchase as many as you can while you stay under that 100K, and then when it's time to roll over and start making some money, then you go ahead and upgrade, but during Spark Week. You're like, what's Spark? Probably. But just know that Spark is what people need to build 3D models in Upland, and it's hard to come by. It's very expensive, so if you can get it for free, you take the opportunity to get it. And then you learn how you're going to maximize that Spark and make more UPX off of it. And that's more advanced stuff, but just know, don't upgrade unless it's during Spark Week and for that free Spark. So let's hop into Upland real quick. And you can see, if you're starting off new, just know you should always hit this border over here so that you can see the property outlines. And I'm going to zoom out to show you what that's doing, if I can. My cursor is being weird, sorry. Is this out? There it goes. So we're going out, right? And you can see those black borders around the neighborhoods. And I think I'm sure I got this from a few people. I think Radish Head talks about showing those borders, and so does like the SFTG on YouTube. Gives this tip, but just make sure you do it, because otherwise you don't really know where you are, and if you're treasure hunting, it's really necessary. But right now, this is going to help me figure out how to show you all how to get to Detroit, and also how to find like the airport and things like that. So get those location things on. And you can also find out where your block explorer, like go right to it using your little pawn piece. So takes you to where you are. I feel like I'm in the wilderness or something because it's not really showing me much there. So I'm going to zoom back out. Okay, so what I want to show you is getting to Detroit. If for some reason you started in the wrong city, you have to get to Detroit by traveling. And right now on the screen, there's a little train icon over there in Bakersfield. And if I'm in LA, I know there's a plane way down here near the water, near Venice-ish. So in Playa del Rey, or Del Rey, whatever, over here, okay? So you have to kind of zoom out to look for the terminals that you want to travel to. And then if you wanted to actually go there, I could click on this plane. And then I can click on terminal. I could click go to terminal. And then I would have to pay. And then once I did get there, I would also once again have to get ahead. You know what, let's just, I don't want to use my sends, but sends are what you need to actually send yourself to a place like travel. And you can see how many sends you are by clicking find your block explorer, click on your block explorer, and you see this little airplane looking thing, arrow. I think you can see it. Let me make sure. Yeah, you can see it. Okay, so you click on that, and you can see right here, this little circle, it has a 3 in it. That is how many sends I actually currently have right now left. So I could pick up some more sends on UpXland, or by using upxland.me. It will tell me also how to, where the addresses are for sends in the city that I want to find them in. So that's another reason upxland.me is a great site. So moving on. So I'm just going to zoom out and show you how, even though I'm in LA, I can go check out Detroit and see the prices there. So let's zoom out a little bit more, see the US. There we go. Alright, and so Detroit's over here. And we're just going to look, and I'm going to show you, if I were looking to buy in Detroit myself, what I would be considering. I'm not an FSA player, so I personally can't buy those cheap properties, but if you were, let me just show you. So let me just zoom out real quick. Here's this little building here. You can kind of, it's behind my llama's head. So, little building right over here. I'm going to click it. And it brings up this list and shows you prices in the city. Like this is like the bottom price right now, $3.59. I'm online, so I can see that dollar price. If you're on your phone, it'll say see on the web. So $3.59 is what people were selling their properties for, $3.59. But some of these people got their properties for like 500 UPX, which is kind of like saying, I don't know, is it like 50 cents? It's really cheap. So it's super cheap, and now they're selling them for real dollars, right? So, but the problem is, if you hop in as a new player right now, and you try to buy properties, and you're going to be competing with people who got in earlier than you, you might be thinking, oh, this is a great deal. I could buy something and sell it for $3, but that's not likely. So that's what I kind of want people to be aware of as new players, is like if I were a new player jumping in now after a city has already opened, I wouldn't necessarily be looking to just buy any super cheap property just because it's super cheap. However, 1,500 UPX for the floor is where it currently is right now, I believe, for like a little over 1,500 UPX for FSA players. That's still not bad, because if you buy it for 1,500 UPX and then you can sell it for $3 months from now after all these people get done, I mean, you still made something. But if you want to make something more, then you might want to be looking at, where are these collections at in Detroit? Like, what are people gonna like flip and really want to hang on to, and what's useful? So collections, and I didn't really pay attention to collections at first. I was like, whatever. But collections, if you hit on the 3 little dots down here and go to collections, if it comes up, you'll see like, you know, these properties get people some bonuses when they get filled in. They get multipliers. So buying in collections, it's kind of like, you know, that's where I feel like the floor does more movement sometimes than those bare minimum floors, like the $3 floor. So if you're jumping in now, I would look to see like what's happening in the collection areas in Detroit. Where are people like more likely to buy? So let me see if I can put upxland.me on there. Yes, I can. Okay, so here we are. This is upxland.me. And you can go over here. So if I were at home, the home page, it looks like this. And you could scroll down and get to where it says property search, statistics, user search, find my scent. So this is how you can use the Find My Scent. It also has the treasure hunting, where you can find out where the next treasure hunt are going to be. So this is really useful if you get into treasure hunting. But the property search, so you're just jumping in, you want to know where should I buy? Well, look around. But if you're going to Detroit, let's just go ahead and hop in and see what's happening in Detroit with their collections. See if there's anything you can still mint. So unlocked, and then we look for FSA players. So that would be like super cheap, you know what I'm saying? And they're gonna see, hey, what's around? And we can start with all of these and just click, because now we just want to know what the cheapest one is out of all of the collections, where you as a new player might have some room to, if you were willing to purchase some UPX, hop in and make the most use of them. So make your first UPX purchase worth it, by the way, because if you don't, then you kind of lose out, you know, because you get half if you're using like a regular referral bonus code. If you use a referral code, which you should have, hopefully, you get half what your purchase is. So if you purchase $50 in UPX, or like 50,000 UPX, yeah, if they sell that much, then you would end up with 25 extra, which would bring you to 75 basically, which is a pretty good amount to go ahead and use to grab a lot of FSA properties and then have them to flip. So right now it looks like Brightmoor still has properties to mint for only 3,654 UPX. So that's super cheap. Now let's see what happens if I go to Brightmoor, and we're going to look and see how much it's going for on the secondary market. So we'll check all, and we'll check up for sale UPX, and then we'll check afterwards for sale dollars. And then we're going to change this over here to sell price. So let's see. Sorry. Scroll down. So 9,660. So it's almost going for 3 times as much as you can mint it for. So that's a pretty good flip. So this is why I say, if you were a new player, jump in and see where you can make room in this range versus that $3 range, because this is probably more likely to be where I would look. Like if I'm going to buy something, I would look for a collection piece probably in Detroit rather than just some random property that you found, you know, then who cares? So I think, you know, it's important for new people to consider this, how I'm thinking as someone who can't buy FSA properties anymore, like what I would want to buy, and just knowing that, I think is helpful for you. Let's go ahead and see the dollar price real quick, and then I'm going to wrap this video up because it's getting to be a little bit long. Okay, $7.56. So if you jump in here and buy those, mint those properties, all right, unlocked, FSA only, mint price, Brightmoor, search, go find these addresses, get them, hang on to them. You can't sell FSA properties, you know, for dollars unless you've had them for 6 months. However, you can trade them And if you traded your properties, with somebody else and then got them back, they lose that FSA property thing. I'm pretty sure. And if not, you can sell it to somebody. You can sell it anyways and make a gain up X-wise for 3 times as much, right, on the secondary market. But you can only do that two times a week. 2 FSA properties can be sold a week. But still, over time, if you just set on them, who knows what's going to happen to this floor? It could skyrocket. So if you're a new player, don't just jump in and buy properties wherever you end up. Don't start buying in whatever city that you just landed in because you thought it sounded cool. Find out the newest city in Upland where the cheapest floor properties are anywhere in Upland by using upxland.me. Consider, what your goals are. Like, if you want to flip and make some earnings soon, go ahead and check out those collections and see if there's some deals, like, grab them then, flip them. And is there anything else? That's all I got for you now, because I think this is probably one of the key things. Once you start really, like, maneuvering through making the best deals, I think the rest kind of falls in line. I hope this helps, and I will see you all in Upland. Happy hunting, people.